Hello guys, welcome to another video from Oscar Cooper on Cyberpunk 2077, and it was 2:30 in the morning when the patch dropped for 1.05 for some updates, 17 gig, and I think with a bit of maths that's nearly 100 gig of updates that we've had through in the last week. This is a live feed from CD Projekt's office in Poland. Not funny, but what you did see there is some heat haze. I've noticed some heat haze has been put in on the exhaust. It was there before, but it wasn't really noticeable. So anyway, as promised, let's look at this performance. Is there still popping? Is there still jankiness on frame rates on just about every corner? Do the NPCs do anything different? There's some pluses here, but the overall gist is that we're still at a minus. First thing I needed to do was hair through one of the more complicated sections of the city. This is the slums section. There's all manner of detailed furniture everywhere, and I just went round and round to try and catch the pop in. I did see some, but there's just no way it's as bad as it was with 1.04. No way. So really good news there. We've seen some massive improvements on distance popping. I haven't covered texture popping yet. If you look at the patch notes, they're very detailed on these individual functionality fixes that are kind of riddled into the side quests and the campaign. There's no major AI overhaul note. There is a section on reducing the amount of crashes, and there is a section on overall performance being improved. So that's interesting, but it's not exactly fleshed out. It's not given any more detail than that. And I imagine that the biggest patch will still be coming at the end of the year. But wow, yesterday I was down in the dumps thinking they wouldn't touch this until January, but great news. Here, I'm desperately trying to speed up to a vehicle to catch the texture popping in. And it was hard for me to catch them doing it. But there are sections of this map that still suffer massively from frame rate issues. One of them is this roundabout that goes around the center of town. Man, it doesn't know what it's doing. It must be dipping to about 17 to 20. I think this is just a hotspot on the map, because this never happened to me anywhere else. And actually, I don't really remember this happening to me before these patches. So it's a very weird one. It's probably to do with the amount of cars that are going on, and of course there's collision mechanics all clashing. Definitely a troubled spot for traffic glitches and frame rate drops. Now I switched over to the car, and again, we are seeing pop in, but it's trying its damnedest to bring itself up to speed. But look how long the fine detail was on that. And repeated NPC templates. CD Projekt Red, this is one of the easiest fixes to just adjust your random algorithm to spit out better and more varied outfits. That is not rocket science. Get on the case with that one, it's inexcusable. And of course, the vehicle stuff as well. That is, it was fixed 10-15 years ago on a GTA level. I'm not comparing your game to GTA, I'm just saying, for God's sakes, bring yourself up to speed with modern tech. As you can tell, I'm not completely over the moon with this patch. For 17 gig, I'm struggling to see where exactly it's put its polish, but I think it's in these really granular fixes, and I think it's in trying to reduce that pop-in and trying to increase the frame rates and performance overall, which is probably done sort of tweaking a few things in the background. I'm not sure if you know, but I'm trying to avoid the main quest at the moment until this debacle's all sorted out. So I'm doing a lot of side quests, and this was the first one I did today after the patch. I thought, let's have a little look. And it's a guy who's got some problems downstairs with some ailment. Anyway, he's like, look, let's get into your car. And my car, I already had my car outside, one I'd nicked, but it spawned in my actual travel car, right? And what ensued was unbelievable. I couldn't hard reset. I would have had to hard reset this, and I was concerned that quest may not have turned up again. So I sat through it. I couldn't unhook it. I don't know how it unhooked in the end. And then get this: once I actually get things going, I get over to the end of the quest, and he just clips out, disappears, nothing. I get a very quick failed quest notification, but I'm not aware why. It could have been a time limit thing. Unbelievable. Okay, let's talk combat and have we seen any improvements? No is the quick answer for that, but with that underlying sort of performance boost that we're seeing, it's a little bit smoother. There's been no reprogramming of any of the AI. We're going to get to that in a second. But if you saw the patch notes, NPCs are to react a bit quicker to danger. There seems to be a bit more snappiness with how quickly they get into cover and stuff, but they're still vastly broken. It's too easy. I can just wade through it because they're crouched behind cover. They take one shot and just lie there sometimes. Look at the green X's on the map here. gone. That was loot. Stuff like that is really hard to ignore. Taken to not aiming down the sights and just firing from the hip, it just seems easier because you don't get that frame rate transition. Some people are getting nausea from that, but what I mean is when you go to aim down the sights, everything just goes weird. So I'm just firing from the hip on everything. 4 of these guys came out. I'm not that high level. This is a moderate mission. But I can just cut right through them because they're not, there's no flanking, there's no aggression, their cover's crap. They don't know what they're doing. It's like they're working at CD Projekt Red. I've looked into this and it is a very serious complaint and it ties in with the police as well. So what's going on is there isn't really a massive consequence for getting in trouble with the police. A lot of people have said to me, why are you comparing this game to GTA and its police mechanics? Those police mechanics act as a stopper for you taking the piss. And I can just wander around Night City at the moment, drive around a corner and just get away from the police and get back on with whatever activity I was doing. They don't stop me, they're not fearful, and that really is the biggest problem I've got with it. The same thing with the NPC enemies. Now it could be low rank stuff, low rank AI, I don't know, but CD Projekt Red, you can outsource AI code into companies. There's some amazing ones out there. I'm not being patronizing, I'm just saying get someone else on the case because it's the last thing we need sorted. I was just showing you my infantry there. I bought an amazing hat and it wouldn't go on my head and it cost me $350. It had ears on it, everything. Okay, we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there and we're gonna do this. It's gonna work, just not till Q2 next year. And I just think once the 5s are in, once this comes out physical on the 5, Christ, and once it gets back on the store, and we get that massive patch in January, my hair grows back, we'll be laughing. Otherwise, I'll see you down there.